CCTV, we're currently working on one with regards to a whole new pattern within Oakham and Uppingham. It's out of date, it doesn't work. You must be incredibly frustrated when you say, well, you know, it was there, put it on the CCTV, show us it, and the simple fact it isn't there, it's pointing down. We went out to get tenders last Tuesday or Wednesday. I had hoped to get it up before Christmas. We will be looking at very much getting that into the new year, and that does include Church Street, etc., as one of those key areas. Because at the moment, it doesn't work, and therefore I can't meet that. I think the other thing we've got to look at is the new antisocial behaviour laws that came in and have been effective since October. There are one or two actions that we can take there, and I think we should be looking at using the powers there for these rogue landlords to say we'll close you down for 3 months. Yeah. Then they might actually listen, because it tends that the places we have the biggest trouble with are those that have gone bust and the pub groups. So you live there, you can have cheap beer, they don't open till 9 o'clock at night, and there are major problems. We've got to use those, and the licensing committee, as you say, we met last week, Mr. Richardson's there, Mr. Walters was there, I was there. We've got to make something happen, but it will only happen if the landlord actually fulfills his key role, because otherwise we're wasting our time. So we've got to find a way of making them actually be responsible.
And can I just add to that, one of the powers under the new Act is, I think it's section 35 of the new, whatever it's called, antisocial behaviour, is a very nice bill, I can't remember what it's called, is a power to declare an area where a threshold has been met around antisocial behaviour at one which the police have a dispersal power in. So, for instance, on Friday evening, when I was on the briefing for the officers for the city, the duty inspector had come to a view that there was a likelihood that evening, based on previous evidence, that there may be acts of antisocial behaviour committed, and that any officer could, within the next 12 hours, use the powers to banish people from the area under the new Act. And that was being used, to put it bluntly, with anybody who was a bit leery, anybody who didn't respond to the, is it time to go home, mate? Actually, off they went. And the other thing is the community trigger. There is a community trigger, which I'm not going to be able to remember the definition of, but in effect where there's been repeat antisocial behaviour which reaches a level, the community has a right to call for action by the authorities to review what they have done, whether it has been effective or not, and respond to the community. Now, I don't know the specifics of your story, so yeah, so you know, there is an opportunity for a community to ask for that level of review. And CCTV, when I go in my control room at Enderby, the desks controlling the different areas of the force, because they run the whole force from there, are sat looking at footage from CCTV systems live where it's appropriate. And the city's the best example. I'm sorry to keep using the city, but it isn't the only example, and a number of the districts also do. The city have a room full of screens which is as big as that wall over there. They have staff sat looking at it, and if they see something happening in them, they press the button marked send, and it's live fed into my control room. Melton have a similar operation.
Which we share.
Which you share, which is often
when they're working, when our CCTV
which is often staffed by volunteers, which has the same capability, but as Roger's been candid enough to concede, it's not at its best at the moment. And that can, because that then is, well, I can see something happening. And all the stuff around trust and confidence, half of what happens now is on video. Yeah, when I started policing, if you saw somebody with a video recorder, they had to put it on a tripod. Now, everyone's got something in their pocket. There's footage of what actually happens.
Can I make one point?